Blossom Studios.
We always think that it is necessary to buy expensive supplies in order to make good notes, but that's not really true.
Good notes can be made using minimal effort and just some skills, like a neat handwriting and a good calligraphy heading.
Today I'm going to tell you about all you need to make good notes. First of all, know the note pattern that you want to make. What do I mean by that?
In order to make good notes, you want to make sure that you're not influenced too much by the internet and all the fake scenarios that it shows you. Aesthetic stationery and all, everybody falls into that trap. But it's not necessary that you do, because in the end, you'll not need all this. I'm gonna show you some basic techniques to make the heading using very minimal supplies. First of all, you want to need some brush pens, and if you don't have any, you can just use sketch pens. However, when you're using brush pens, just know that when you're making upward strokes, go light and make them thin. And whenever you're going downwards, make the line thick, as I've shown. In order to demonstrate this properly, I'm going to write a word, and just notice how whenever my pen or my hand goes upwards, I go light and the line comes out very thin. But whenever I come downwards, it becomes thick. This is a basic rule of calligraphy. This is what I have been using, and it's giving me pretty good results. However, there are other ways and rules in which you can follow, but this is like the most basic. In order to give this text some definition, you can leave it like it is, but you can also give it some definition by using a darker shade of the same color. And as I have shown, half of the text, cover it with this darker color. You can blend it if you want to. You can do one more thing now. You can add a shadow to it using a gray, any marker, or you can use a brush pen, which is gray, and add shadows to it. Just go with your intuition and trust the process. It's definitely gonna come out good. These are the basic rules, and they've been working out pretty well for me. When you're using pastel colors, write your text clearly, and if it's not visible, just go over with a darker pen. It's gonna look very nice. Pastel colors are often not properly visible, so just use this technique and your font or your topic name will be very clear. To decorate this, I like to add some stars and some dots by hand. It always turns out to look very good and more put together. You can also add a line of color like this, and tap it with your hand so that it's dry and your gel pen does not bleed, and just write the topic over it. Using a simple black pen can give you definition and classic. It looks classic. You can use completely bold letters or just some cursive, and go on with colors or highlighters on the sides. Instead of brush pens here, you can also use highlighters. They work just as fine. Now, sometimes you have no color or no highlighter with you, just a pen, especially during class. So you can go with this technique and it works very well. Your text or your topic is gonna look very put together and cute when you're gonna use this method. Just go with the downward lines twice, leaving some space in between and filling it like I am right now. You can fill it completely black, but I like it this way. To make it look even more nice, just add straight lines on the sides, and ta-da, it looks really nice. Now I'm gonna show you how you can make your handwriting pretty. Just practice normal print handwriting, like how you'd see on a computer or some printed text on your books. And practice the sentence, "The quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog," because it has all the alphabets in English. However, you do not have to use just this handwriting. Whenever I write an exam, I always go with cursive handwriting. Not because there's anything wrong with print, but because cursive seems a little more comfortable and faster. So you can definitely have two handwritings whenever you like. Use which one. Whenever you choose a handwriting, just make sure it's quick, because you don't want to waste time proving your handwriting is beautiful, and it's understanding. Make sure everybody understands what you have written, especially when you're writing an exam, because that's the point of writing. Well, the examiner should be able to understand what you've written. So make it quick and understandable. Here's an example of how I write in my notes. It's a combination. Sometimes I write some headings in cursive, but the main text I usually write it in print handwriting because it looks nice. Make sure you divide the topics whenever you take notes, and make sure to have some visuals, some diagrams. It looks very nice. Even if it is a small diagram, it helps understand concepts. Class notes don't have to be aesthetic. This is a visual of how I take my notes in class. You can see it's not as put together or as beautiful or aesthetic as my notes which I made at home. This is another notebook that I have. Try to decorate it with some nice aesthetic stickers. You don't have to go too far for it. Just do what's comfortable for you. A reality check. This is what I take in my pencil case when I go to school. Just these things: a pencil, 2 pens, a highlighter, and a scale. I hope you liked the video. This is Blossom Studio signing off.